Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Aralia. I'm so happy that you are here. Today we are going to be rooting through my trash. Thought it was time to unload everything from 2019 and that way we can move forward with 2020. If you are new here, the content that I provide is around style and fashion for the plus size mature woman. I firmly believe that life is way too short to live without style. I post 2 to 3 times a week, so if you are into it, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss anything here on my channel. Today, as I mentioned, a little bit off the beaten track, but we are going through my empties, and I have quite a bit here because I have been going through a lot of my makeup and other products to try and get rid of them. The first thing that I have here is that I managed to finish up, for the most part, this cleansing lotion from Neutrogena. This is the Hydro Boost Gentle Cleansing Lotion. I'm not going to repurchase this. I didn't really like it. I finished it because I bought it and I needed to finish it, but I'm not a fan of this type of cleanser. I'm the type of person that likes to have suds because it just makes me feel like it is more effective. Facial cleansers, I don't generally tend to repurchase anyway because they just clean your face. I don't see that there's anything else that they provide or bring to the table. The next empty that I have is this guy right here. It took me a while to get through. It is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom Cream. And you know I love this stuff. It smells wonderful. Oh, it's so good. Completely empty. I've got another one that I've started and I'm working through. Absolutely love. Definitely will continue to repurchase this until somebody comes up with something that smells even more wonderful than this. As far as it being moisturizing, it does a good job. You know, I mean, it moisturizes the skin. I wouldn't say that it's revolutionary or, you know, does anything incredibly amazing other than it departs a little bit of sparkle on the skin, which is nice. Don't mind that either. So yeah. Then I've got these two guys, and these are the Pureology Smooth Perfection Shampoo and Conditioner, and I love this. I've recently repurchased. I talked about it in my favorites video. It really does a great job for my hair, especially when I use like a curling iron or a straightening iron. I love how it makes my hair look really glossy and it helps keep the frizziness at bay. Next, I have this little empty packet of the Shiseido facial cotton squares, and I love these. They're really good. They're very gentle. They don't break apart. They don't fall apart. They do a good job of holding on to the makeup remover and taking off any makeup. However, I'm not going to repurchase these because I am going actually to something that is a little bit more sustainable. I am using reusable makeup remover pads. I am trying to be a little bit more thoughtful about waste, and I am trying to reduce my usage of single-use products like cotton pads and makeup remover wipes. This will be the last time that you'll be seeing these guys on my channel. That's not to say that they aren't a good product. They are. If you want a good cotton pad for your face, these are definitely the way to go. The next product is this Mist Congeniality Rose Water Hydra Mist. And this is something that I received in a cause box that I subscribed to for a period of time. This is by Kalos. I had run out of my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and I happened to have this in my drawer. So I went ahead and pulled it out so that I could finish it up, which I did. It was okay. It smelled of roses. It was very nice. My face was always very dewy. Next, I went through a Sephora waterproof eye makeup remover. I don't normally wear waterproof eye makeup as in like mascara, but I do wear lashes. This is probably the best makeup remover I have found for lash glue and waterproof makeup. I think this cost me $11. It is the type that separates and you have to shake and you use it. It does a great job at removing the lash glue from my lashes. Probably the best product I've ever used for that. Next are the Nature Made Adult Gummies Hair, Skin, and Nails. I went through a procedure that required general anesthesia and noticed that I started losing my hair, and so I talked with my hairstylist and she recommended that I try some biotin or hair, skin, nail supplements, and so I got these guys. They were okay. They did the job because the next time I went to go see her, she was you know, telling me that I had tons of baby hairs. And I also had to increase the amount of times that I went to go see my nail technician because my nails kept growing really, really fast. So I would recommend these. They weren't all that expensive. I got them at Target. It's nature made. And yeah, they did a really good job. Cannot complain. I'm going to go ahead and get this bad boy out of the way. This is the Ollie Slim Protein Smoothie. This is protein powder that I add to my smoothies in the morning. This is in the sweet vanilla maple, which I don't think they make this flavor anymore. It was my favorite. I love the bit of maple flavor that this would impart in my smoothies. I thought that really made them taste really good and gave it a little bit of complexity and flavor. But I have not been able to find this flavor since, and I'm very sad about that. I do love this stuff. It's very good. It's a good price. It does what it's supposed to. It is plant-based. It's not too terribly high in carbs. And yeah, love it. Okay, so I finally made it through this little guy right here. And this is the La Mer, the cleansing oil. This is very, very pricey. This came in at $90. It was a gift for my sister. I loved it. And the reason that I really enjoyed this is because it has the, it has the miracle fluid or whatever it's called in the product, and it really did a nice job of making me feel like I had applied some really nice high-end skincare, even though all I had done was clean my makeup. It did a great job of taking off my makeup. It didn't do so well at taking off mascara, but I use, you know, something else for the mascara anyway because I've got lashes and all that other stuff sometimes that I would have to deal with. It does a fabulous job though of taking off face makeup, and it does emulsify when you add water to it, and it was an overall really, really great product. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I would actually, because if I was in a hurry, tired, whatever, and didn't feel like doing my skincare, I felt okay because this stuff imparted some skincare. I felt anyway. My skin always felt really, really nice using it, and it didn't feel dry or anything like that. I do kind of miss it. I do, but I've got others that I'm getting through right now, so this little guy's gonna have to wait. I went through a Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Moisturizer. I use this in the morning as part of my morning skincare routine. This came in a BoxyCharm box, I think, and I liked it. I used it, you know, it was okay. The only thing I didn't like was the dispenser. It's a type that you kind of pump down, and I found that a lot of residue would stay right here, which was kind of gross to me, but I would just clean it with a towel. I wish it had a different type of applicator, honestly. I think it's kind of a waste in packaging when they've got this because it's got a spring inside. I can feel it. If it had just been an open jar where I could have used a spatula or something to dip out of, that would have been good. It seems a little wasteful for me to have this kind of packaging, but that aside, it was a good moisturizer. I can't complain. You know, it didn't like do anything incredible for my skin, but it did do its job, and that was provide me moisture in the morning. So would I repurchase? Probably not. I don't think that I really need this, and I don't know that I would go out of my way to get it. This is an interesting little product that I have here. This is the Masters Blush Cleaner and Preserver. It is intended for artists' brushes, not makeup brushes. However, it's very similar in performance, I think, to like the Beauty Blender cleansers, you know, the cake cleansers, or anything similar to that, and it is so much less expensive. I think this is like maybe $10, $12, something like that. It does the job. It got my brushes clean. It conditioned them because it is meant for brushes. I'm really kind of cheap when it comes to this type of stuff. I don't like investing a lot of money, especially when there is something, an alternative out there to an overpriced Beauty Blender product. I feel, at any rate, when I've got this that will do exactly the same thing. I even use this on my makeup sponges, my Sonia Kashuk makeup sponges, and it does great. I always have a backup of this one. I like them that much, and yeah, so got through one of those guys. The next thing is one thing that I thought I was never going to get through, but turns out there's not as much product as you are led to believe, and that is the Tatcha the Silk Canvas Primer. And I bought this from Sephora because I was very curious about it, and as you can see, I went through the whole thing, but there isn't really a whole lot in there. Will I repurchase it? Absolutely, as soon as I get through some of my other primers, because I think that this I would consider a holy grail primer. What I really, really loved about it is the fact that it really, I could see it in my magnified mirror, that it was smoothing out my face and smoothing out my pores. It did a great job with my makeup. I don't think I had any foundation that worked badly with it. They all worked really well with it. I like how it felt going on my skin. Even though it was a primer, it almost felt like it was a moisturizing primer, and I really, really love it. It is super expensive though. I think this is like $54 at Sephora. Highly recommend it if you're willing to drop that kind of coin on a primer, because to me, I feel that it is worth it. And yes, I will repurchase it when the time comes. This is the Garnier Olia. It's a little conditioner that I have left over from a hair dye. This is the hair dye that I use to cover up my grays, although right now I am letting them grow out. I do really like this hair coloring. I found the hair dye to be very conditioning, very good to my hair, and it lasts for a good long while. The conditioner itself is like your typical hair dye conditioner. It's really thick, very emollient, and you do get enough left over to use a few more times, which I did. So just thought I would throw this little guy into my empties. All right, so the next thing I have here is a sample or a deluxe travel size of the Clarisonic Refreshing Gel Cleaner. This had been sitting in my shower forever, empty, and I finally threw it into my garbage. It was somewhat of a stringent cleanser for the face, but it was meant to work with Clarisonic and worked with it very, very well. It's a facial cleanser, and like I said, facial cleansers are whatever, they're just meant there to wash the night off of your face. So this is the Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion Age Defying Exfoliator. This was a limited edition bottle that we received in a BoxyCharm at one point. This is the second one that I got through BoxyCharm that I made my way all the way through it. I wouldn't say that it's age defying. I don't understand where they're making that claim. However, it is an exfoliator. It had very tiny sand type microbeads in there, and did a good job of kind of clarifying the skin a little bit. But it's just a facial scrub, and I know that this tube is like $80, and I would not pay $80. I would much rather look for a less expensive alternative when it comes to a facial scrub, or just use a really good clay mask to clarify my skin. It didn't really knock my socks off as far as like age defying, which is one of the claims that it makes. Oh, and here is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. I like it well enough, but if I had my druthers, I would much rather have the La Mer, the cleansing oil. This is the type of product that takes some and you kind of rub it in your hands to melt it and emulsify it, and then you put it onto your face and you can add water and it emulsifies even further. It does a good job at taking off makeup. It was a little bit, I think a little bit harsher than the La Mer, the cleansing oil on my skin, but not to the point that it caused breakouts or anything like that. No, by no means. This product really pisses me off. It is the Oral Gold 24K multivitamin deep peeling mask, and it's one of those masks that balls up when you put it on, and supposedly the balling up is taking off your skin and all of this and that, and it's really just a gimmick. And it was incredibly overpriced. I don't like this type of facial mask because I do have peach fuzz, and those little things get caught in peach fuzz and they're a pain in the butt to get out. And so yeah, I never used it, and it's starting to get a little bit crusty and dry up at the top, which means that it is old, and I spent a lot of money on this and I'm getting mad talking about it, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. The next product that I have here is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. Again, I needed a setting spray because I ran out of my Morphe continuous mist, and there is still a little bit in here, but what I have found about this one is that when a setting mist that has a pump sprayer gets down to this level, the spray gets very spotty and aggressive, and what that means is you'll end up with little dots on your face and you'll ruin your makeup. So I stopped using it once that happened, so I still have a little bit of product here down at the bottom, kind of waste, but I do like this setting mist as far as being a long-lasting setting mist. It's not quite as good as the Urban Decay All-Nighter, but it goes along those same lines and does a fairly decent job of keeping your makeup in place. Will I repurchase it? Yeah, I think I will, because I am not willing to spend what Urban Decay is charging for the all-nighter. I can get similar results with this one, so yes, I would repurchase. The Sephora Instant Nail Polish Remover, this is one of those that has the pad in here where you stick your finger in there and you wiggle it around and it takes nail polish off. This is very, very, very old and time to go. It has been a while since I've done these videos. I've got two of these little guys. The Bausch & Lomb Lumify eye drops, and these are fabulous. They really do a great job of whitening your eyes, making your eyes look a lot more youthful. I know that as we age, our eyes will either be red or they get yellow, and this does a great job of combating that yellow cast that your eyes have. It kind of provides the same anti-aging effects that you get from whitening your teeth. You just don't look as aged when you use these, so I would highly recommend them. I have this Glam Glow Youth Mud Tingle Exfoliate Treatment. I don't know. I got this as a sample ages ago. It still has some in here, but it's like really, really old. And oh yes, you see, it's all crumbly and everything. I think I only used this once, by the way. I didn't really like it that much. I used to love them a lot, but now I have found some facial masks, clay masks, things like that at Target that I really, really love. And I don't think you need to pay the prices for Glam Glow. This is the Tarte Friction Stick, and it is a deluxe travel size that I received from my Sephora Play Box. It is this black substance. You wet your face and then you rub this all over your face, and it exfoliates and does some stuff. Never used it, don't see myself using it. Then I have this travel size of the Pureology Smooth Perfection conditioner, used it all up. Then I have this little guy here. It is an EOS balm, and it went bad because I never use these guys. It's got like, it's separated and it's just doing this weird funky thing. Doesn't smell right either. So it is time to let it go. And I finished up a NARS Climax mascara when I use my Grand Lash, and I've got my lashes looking super, super long. This mascara is amazing. With my lashes not being super, super long, this mascara is mediocre. I do love it though, because I thought that when my lashes were really long from the Grand Lash, it was really good. My lashes were so beautiful, and they were just like, they were like really fluttery. It's not a crunchy mascara, thankfully, and it just was really nice. It's a very good mascara if you have longer lashes. Would I repurchase? Yes, when I get my lashes back to where they were. Right now I'm giving them a break from the Grand Lash. Speaking of, I have my Grand mascara here, my Grand Lash Boosting Mascara, which I used in conjunction with my Grand Lash, and it made for beautiful, beautiful growth. I mean, my lashes grew like that when I combined the two products together, and my lashes stayed that way for a long time as well. When I do go back to it, it is definitely the combo that I'm going to use, because it really accelerated the growth of my lashes. Then I have this guy here. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer, and I used it all the way up, and I'm happy to say that I used it up. When my lower eyelid, you know, under my eyes is in need of moisturization, because sometimes my under eyes do get a little bit dry, this is a perfect product for that. It gives a very, very nice level of hydration to that area. Loved it, finished it. Will I repurchase at some point in my life? Yes, but I've got too many other concealers right now that I probably will have concealers at least for the next year or two. And then the last thing that I have in my garbage is this guy here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, the Retoucher Concealer. And it is a type that it has a brush, and it's the click kind. Absolutely adore this concealer. When I have used up all of the concealers that I have in my makeup stash and I need to get a brand new concealer, it will likely be this one, because it works very much like the MAC Pro Longwear concealer, but it is thinner. It's a thinner product, but it does the same thing. It has that same technology or similar technology that that keeps it from creasing more than any other concealer. A concealer can say that it doesn't crease, but that's a lie. All concealers will crease. At least that's been my experience. They're going to crease at least to some level, but this creased the least of all of the concealers that I've had, and it does a really beautiful job of covering up my dark circles and keeping my under eyes looking and feeling really, really good. I will be leaving a video here for you if you have not had enough of me just yet, so make sure to click on that. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you as always so much for watching. I always appreciate it. Remember to live your life filled with confidence, grace, and style. I will see you in my next upload. Bye.